Hello everyone, my name is Soni Selena and I'm from third year CSE. This is my first experiment of database lab. In first experiment, I have to use DDL, that is data definition language, to develop a database for furniture company. So here is so first I'll tell you about DDL. DDL is the data definition language which is used to define the structure of a database, and it provides us facilities like create, alter, and then drop the table. And alter through using alter we can add a new column, then modify a new column, and then we can drop a new column, or we can give any we can define any default value for a new column. So this is the schema given for my experiment. There are 5 tables: customer, order line, product, and suppliers. Inside bracket, these are the column names or attribute. And then first question is I have to create the table customer, and then second question is I have to create the other remaining tables. To create a table, the command is create table and then customer, that is table name, and inside this column name, and then data type, and then size, and then close bracket, and then semicolon. This same command I have used to create all tables: customer, order, then order line, then product, and then suppliers. So now the second question, same thing I did, and then third question is to add a foreign key reference to the customer ID attribute. First, I'll tell you about constraints. Constraints are the rules to restrict a value in a database. There are 5 constraints which I'm going to use here. First is not null. Not null, it prohibits any value in database from being null. And then after that, unique key. Unique key is like if there are 2 rows, it prohibits 2 rows from having same value in same column. And then primary key. Primary key is combination of not null and unique key. It restricts the 2 rows or multiple rows from having same value in same column. And then it prohibits the value from being null too. And then we have foreign key. Foreign key is like when there are 2 tables having same attribute, and one of the attribute in one table is primary key, then that attribute can be used to refer the another table having same attribute. And then check attribute, sorry, it's not an attribute constraint. Check constraint is used to check any value, is to check any condition for any value in a database. Now for first question was to third question was to add foreign key feature to the customer ID. Here is the command or query which I'm using. First alter, then table name, then add. Since I'm adding foreign key, so add, then foreign key, and then I'm asked to give foreign key for customer ID, then references we have to use, and then customer is the table name, and then customer ID. Here order, ord, and then customer both have same attribute, customer ID. You can see here customer ID in order, and then here customer ID in customer table. Now in fourth question is about to modify the attribute product finish in the product table to product material. From finish I have to change to material. So for that I've used rename. Rename is used to change name to change the name of the attribute. Alter table, then the table name products, and then rename. Then since product finish is a column, so I wrote here column, and then product finish to product material, and then semicolon. This is to change product finish to product material. After that, there is a question, add an attribute called price in order line. To add an attribute means we have to add a column, or column price to the table name order line. So alter table name, and then add. Since I'm adding this attribute, then price, that is column name, and then number is the data type, and then 20 is the size. After that I'm asked to rename the order line table from order line to order quantity. So as before I told you, rename is the key, like keyword which we have to use to change the name from current name to a new name. Rename, and then current name is order line, and then to order line quantity, then table will be renamed. After that, in next question I am asked to add a new attribute, same supply address. This is column name, and then varchar is the data type, varchar2, and then 20 is the size. Varchar2, this helps us. It restricts the wastage of storage or wastage of memory. And then in next I am asked to check the value of order quantity in table order quantity, if the value is greater than 5 or not. To check condition, so I have given here alter, then table name, and then add constant. Since check is a constant, so I'm adding constant, and here we have to give in like id, like anything we can give here, a b or anything. I've given here ar, and then check is the constraint, and then in bracket we have to give the condition, for which condition we want to check the value. And after that, next question next I have done, I did describe order quantity. Since I changed the value, I changed the attribute from ordered finish to ordered quantity. That's why, sorry, from order quantity, from order line to order quantity, I changed the table name. That's why I am checking here again if it is it's coming or not, that table. After that, I have to give a primary key to all tables. For first two tables, I gave primary key order, that customer ID and order ID for first two tables, that is customer and order. You can see here I gave here primary key for customer for first table, and for second table order ID I gave here as primary key. So I have to give primary key for remaining three tables. For remaining three tables, I gave here alter table, and then order quantity is the table name, then add, then constraint. We have to use this constraint, and then a, simply I gave like id, and then primary key, and then the attribute for which I want to give it as a primary key in a table. The same thing I used for table product. Here id, like if I'm using in one a, we don't have to use same thing for another table, we have to use something else. Like here I used a, so the second I'm using aa. Then primary key, here I want to give product id as primary key in table product. Then for suppliers I'm giving product id as primary key. And then in question it is asked to give a decimal to rating. We have to use decimal. I have to modify the rating from the current data type to decimal. So I used here alter table suppliers, that is table name. Then since I'm modifying it, so I'm using here modify, and then rating is the column name, and then decimal is the new data type, and then 10 is used for decimal, and 2 is precision. In next question I have to uh, in next question I have to add, yeah, in next question I have to add a primary add a unique key to any table. So here I'm adding unique key in table suppliers. Alter table name, and then add. Then I am using unique, and then the attribute or column name in which I want to use unique key. And to drop the same command, only in place of add I'm using we have to use drop. And then in next question I'm asked to give not null constraint to customer name and customer address. So for that I used alter table, then table name, that is customer, then modify, then after that customer name, this is the attribute which I have to give as not null, and then data type, then size, and then the constraint not null. Then your table will be altered. The same thing I did for customer address too. After that I'm asked to drop the column supplier address which I gave. So alter table, then table name, that is suppliers, and then drop, then the column, since the supplier address is a column, and then supplier address. Means if you want to drop any column, then you have to write alter table name, drop, and then column, and then you have to give column name. And then in last question I'm asked to drop a table order. Here in last not second last question, here it is given to drop the table order. So to drop any table you have to use drop table and then the table name which you want to drop, so it will be deleted. And after that in last question it is given truncate is like it will delete all the rows from your table. Since I didn't give any values to my table, so no use of using truncate. But I'll tell you simply what is how to truncate the tables. You have to use truncate and then table name and then semicolon. This will delete all the rows of that particular table. And thank you for watching this video.